betting insights. We've got everything you need to crank up the excitement this season. We can't promise there won't be a little yelling.
Play a decent schedule. They have maybe 500.
Got it. It just ruined my day.
But we can guarantee a whole lot of fun. Merry Christmas from all of us at SportsGrid.
I mean, this is week 16, and you're throwing this guy in the fire. I know the Giants suck, Scotty, but you got that backdrop. Just give it to Bijan 50 times if Penix isn't looking too well.
And I also think Penn State has an easy track. And I think, to be honest with you, Indiana, people are all going to say they should have never been there. And listen, I just wanted to say one last time before that happens that you can all kiss my ass.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
You're not riding with Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Where have you gone? Don't tell me it's the Philadelphia Eagles, Donnie. Who's the team for you?
You see that Vince Lombardi trophy that sits back here? That's a replica. And that's something that the Philadelphia Eagles have won as recent as 2017. The Buffalo Bills are notorious for making it to the Super Bowl and coming up lame, which they might be able to do. But my question is, can the Buffalo Bills even get to the Super Bowl?
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
Right here with you on Pro Football Today on SportsGrid. Odds in motion, trying to see what lines have moved throughout the week.
Never felt more comfortable in this set than I do for this year. I'm ready. I'm just getting angry. The hot takes are going to be here all long, people.
You don't want them to go 13-0 and then lose the first round of the playoffs.
Red.
This is their last shot. They don't really have anywhere else to go yet.
Hot take.
By the time I hit, I guess what, Route 33 up here, that ticket's cashing.
Only on SportsGrid.
All right, let's sit down and make a couple of decisions here. It is in-game live. Kevin Walsh, Donnie Rightside, and Joe Lisi. Denver faced with a field goal, and they go for it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really follow why kick a 41-yarder on a 4th and 3. You just went for a 4th and 2.
Because you probably weren't in field goal range yet.
It was fair, but like.
Took the easy one. I don't mind.
Go.
But by the way, that was a long drive. You know what I mean? 8:31 left on the clock now.
Sure.
Double-digit lead for the for the Denver Broncos. I want to see how the Chargers play this on the way back because, again, it's getting late in the game at this point. Better show up. How many total points we got there? 37. So if you were over, what did you got?
43.5.
Yeah,
highest. I saw 56.5 right before halftime. So we'll see exactly how it plays out. I saw 56.5. No. I was actually going to try and play a middle, actually, but wasn't sure how they would come out. I will say, at some point, sense of urgency for L.A.
Mm-hmm.
They don't get points on this drive. You're really up against it because depending upon how much time is left in the third quarter, with half the quarter already gone, now you got to kick it up a notch, right? How much is the rushing attack going to be involved the rest of the way? Right now, Herbert, a $140 on the ground. A $140 through the air. Can you get to 300 from him? Can we count on 160 yards from this passing offense?
Not from Georgia Southern's, I'll tell you that much.
Uh-oh.
Did J.C. French.
I mean, better move to France or something. Out of town, kid. No?
I can't believe that worked. It worked great.
It did.
New Orleans Ball's been game of the night. I'll make that argument here. What?
Wow. Terrible.
What? If this is a punt, Denver goes into a shell?
No, I think Denver. Well, I think they run first, but I still think they
have been
throw
having
it.
success on the ground.
Yeah.
But you're right. I think the game does start to change where now you're into win mode as opposed to let's be aggressive mode. But whatever they do is probably going to work. It's worked just about all night long.
Right.
L.A., they have to use some sort of tempo. You can't be taking this game clock and play clock down to 10 seconds or 5 seconds, right? At some point, you got to get on the football.
Yeah.
This is exactly what happened against Tampa last week. They let the play clock go down like they're up by double digits when they're trailing.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, however long it takes is one thing, but it has to be effective, Joe.
Yeah.
They were shut out in that second half.
Yeah.
You know, that's where you lose the game, right? It's not about timing as much as it's execution.
Right, but the quicker you roll your defense out there when they can't get stops, and all they're doing is giving up points right now. They have one stop on third down.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Yeah, no, look, it's been a very bad night for that defense. It's been an inconsistent night for this offense, but I like that I'm seeing them right now come out looking to throw.
Whoa!
Run it!
Wow.
He's out of the cannon!
Is that through his number?
Got to be through his number.
Yeah.
Now.
His
Up
number
to
was
22.
9.
Yeah.
Should have altered it, as they say. 25 plus.
All right. We got game. We need them to score.
Sack. Guys are covered.
Them scoring keeps everything in the game. Them not scoring really puts us up against it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But now
we need something
in a nice
here.
little spot here.
Field goal, touchdown, preferably within 3 minutes of game clock.
Yeah, well, they're on the plus side of the field now.
Yeah.
Brings in the running game again? Yes, it does.
You know how when a run game is like downhill, it's like,
Yes.
this is awesome. Just run every play.
Yes.
Why do coaches not feel that with a pass attack?
I don't know. Like, you're getting aggressive here. You get the first down. You keep the defense on their toes. But I just feel like they're trying to settle in. Only 11 points.
Yeah.
You're back in somewhat field goal range. Get ahead of the sticks. I don't hate it.
Now, let me ask you this, just because, I was trying to get ahead of it here.
Yeah.
A touchdown, do you go for 2 if you're L.A.?
No.
In the
Not
third
now.
quarter? Not now. Not yet.
But
I don't.
I don't think there's going to be it's not going to be mid-third quarter if they score. I mean, if they're scoring this play.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, just because you referenced
you're right.
time.
Yeah.
Get up the
You know
field.
what I mean?
There you go.
Go. Big boys
All right.
running down the field. Chargers
Nice.
trying to get in field goal range.
All right, good.
Because that would be a big shift on the way the numbers are set up right now, right?
He's
You have
up
a
to
5.5 out there.
156. Herbert, 156.
Yeah, I still like him to get through that total. Rocket ship in this Memphis Golden State game all of a sudden, Donnie.
Yeah. My goodness.
Did you bet the NBA tonight?
Norm Powell over 4.5 3-point shots. I took a little bit of plus money.
4.5.
Yes.
That's Steph range.
Yeah,
wow.
That's my guy. Like, that's on TEL.
Whoa.
That's my guy every single time. And also, I didn't bet it myself, but I did have the Magic game. But I don't know if I got the 5.5 or the 6.5 from.
I see what you're saying.
See what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I can't be official with that. But Norm Powell's in the door.
Okay.
Hopefully, I think he's got. What does he have now? 3 threes made, I believe. Norm. Get a quick.
I can't be involved in the No NBA tonight.
Why not?
That's
Blow
it.
the card.
Nah.
I think every
Okay.
team's playing.
It's great. Great product.
He's got 3.
Great product to bet.
You getting ready for tomorrow?
Getting ready. Friday, Saturday,
Are
Sunday.
you gonna get
Love the card
involved
this weekend.
with the bowl games leading up to Notre Dame, Indiana?
Yeah.
Florida, Tulane.
Florida, yeah. I might get involved in some props if they put them out. I want to see what those numbers are tomorrow. I like Tulane plus the 11.5, actually.
The number's been on the move. I think I might have saw somewhere.
What
maybe
is this?
plus a 10.
All right, get up
Stone
the field.
Smart over his number.
All right.
Really interesting guy tonight because
It was.
Disley was great,
Yep.
injured. He had the situation to himself. Then they activated, help me out, who'd they activate, the tight end?
Hurst?
Yes, Hayden
Yeah.
Hurst. So people went, oh, wow. And number dropped on him.
Yeah.
He's well
Yes.
through, I
Yeah.
think, a lot of the pregame looks.
He's got
now.
good hands, Stone Smart. Makes some great plays.
Palmer or
Look at that.
Johnston? I need a touchdown.
I need
catch
Palmer.
for. How
So,
about that?
I mean, Palmer would.
We're in range now.
I took him at 3-1 before the game started, so that would
There
be
we
great.
go.
Go
Little
deep.
play action.
Oh, boy. That's what kills you. What? But, again, with the play action on every play, just go back and drop back and throw the football.
Yeah.
When you have an
That's with a banged up
overactive
ankle, too.
when you have an overactive front seven and they're pinning their ears back because they know you're throwing, forget the play action. Just get back there and locate the wide receivers. The play action takes way too long to develop
even playing.
when your offensive line can't hold. This happened last week against Tampa Bay. Happened against Kansas City. Against more physical, overactive front sevens, especially Benito and the front seven. You got to get the ball out quick.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, that's fifth target, 5th catch from McConkey.
All right.
I might let the drive finish, but I'm not sure they could hang a number high enough on McConkey now watching this game, right?
He's open all the time.
I may look for – let me see. I don't want to look where it is now because it's just the timing of everything. But
Herbert up to 182.
Ladd McConkey's the first rookie with 50 yards receiving in 8 straight games.
Good for him.
Odell Beckham.
Throw it.
Here. Got time in the pocket.
That's
running it.
stunning that
Why would you run?
Oh, is that it? No?
But what's the point of that
Oh,
run?
he's hurt? Oh, they called
he's
it.
not hurt. He's just took a yard. But that is a penalty, I think.
It is.
I think because the hit was a little soft.
Yeah.
They're like, ooh, maybe it's not a penalty. But realistically, a guy doesn't need to get knocked out in order for it to be a penalty.
No, if he's going into a slide and you hit him up above the head, it's more times than not, it's going to be a penalty. He takes a shot right here.
I mean,
gives him the elbow.
I would say that's a penalty, no?
Gives him the elbow.
I mean, I can't argue if they say yes, it is. Let's
But
see.
let me just say this, because I can see it. I can see it a little on your face, Donnie. There was not a lot of force, right? Like, he didn't crush him. But does a guy need to get decapitated in order for it to be 15 yards?
No, he doesn't, but there has to be, like, intent to injure, though, right?
I guess that's what I'm saying no.
Yeah.
I'm saying you don't have to be the guy that got suspended on Houston in order for it to be a 15-yard penalty.
You just don't take the shot if you.
They would have kicked too.
Oh, they would have probably kicked too. Yeah.
Now you're I was going to say. Never mind. I was going to say 4-down territory.
Oh, yeah. How about that?
How about sit on Herbert touchdown passes? You would be not getting what you need there. Gus for 2. What a night this is. We'll be right back.
Going for 2.
Ball.
So my team didn't win this weekend, but I still did with this app that's taking over the game. Sports Millions Pick'em lets you make quick and easy predictions. Pick your favorite players, go higher or lower, and you can still win big even if your team loses. Plus, the multiplier is insane. With just a few picks, you can win big money. So get on it. They've got a welcome bonus to help you start off your winning streak.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you've got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Back on SportsGrid, Kevin Walsh, Donnie Rightside, Joe Lisi. They get the touchdown. They go for 2. Issue with that decision?
The call, I have an issue.
The play call.
The play call.
That's different.
Running Herbert into the line of scrimmage when he's clearly just a little bit banged up. I mean, right into the line of scrimmage. He didn't extend. Now you're down by 5. Defense, though, did step up for the most part. Held Denver to a field goal. If they could do it again, Donnie, I'm curious if they go back to the rushing attack with Gus Edwards being that it's a one-score game, or do they continue to open it up and utilize the passing attack with Ladd McConkey, Johnson, and those wide receivers?
Yeah, you got to. I mean, you're looking at a back-and-forth game at this point as it sits 24-19. Is it? Oh, so we got, what, 43
right?
points.
Yeah, we're through the
So
pre-kick.
we're over the pre-kick total.
And the
Got it,
first
I think,
quarter
to get
total,
there.
we're right there on the
With a
number.
whole quarter to go at this point. I'm interested to see what Denver does because you can score against them. And I don't think we're done scoring. What do we think the final, do we think we're getting at least 2 more touchdowns in this game? 17 points. What do you think about that?
I feel like that's where the Denver offense, like now that we're almost done with the third quarter, we can go, okay, not that they've played bad, not that they don't deserve what they have, but long third down conversions got us here. If those stop, I am not sure Denver has that much more scoring left in them. Unless they hit a huge explosive play. And they've hit a few of them.
They have.
But I think that's what it's going to take in order to get there, guys.
No, and then they start utilizing the rushing attack, but they're not even utilizing it. They're using second and third wide running backs now. And now here we go. We got a second down and basically 11, potentially looking at another 3rd and 10. Again, now you're playing right into L.A. when you were mixing it up nice with nice offensive balance, running and throwing the football. Right now, it seems like L.A.'s made some adjustments. Denver hasn't really from an offensive perspective. Do you let Bo Nix cook a little bit with the passing game?
The issue is...
There's Javonte Williams.
You see, the passing game has been, I think, very yak-based.
Yeah.
Yes.
He is not...
There's no
dotting,
shots downfield, 35-yard plays, none of that stuff. Yeah.
No, he's not dotting this team up and, there's no way they can get this guy off the field. Right. It's tackling, it's discipline, it's the type of stuff you would expect a Harbaugh team to be on the nose about.
Big 3rd and 8 here, too, coming up. Minute and a half to go here in the third quarter.
So this would be if they do get off the field, right? They would now get off the field in basically 2 of the last 3 possessions.
Yeah.
Right? Limited to a field goal at the most part. That's great.
Yeah.
Defensive adjustments definitely right now, and now your offense does have a little bit of momentum. Got to get some pressure on Nix. You can't let him beat you. Ooh.
Wow. What interception? No? What's those?
I don't know. We need a signal here.
What are we doing here? Ty goes to the wide receiver.
It's interesting, too, because it looked like that was, but they were cheering because I couldn't quite figure out where the first down marker was for a second. But, they're getting
clearly not
back.
a first down.
No, absolutely not. Yeah.
Was that Derwin James there?
Yes, it was.
So they're calling that a complete tie goes to the
right. It's the right call. That's the right call.
Okay.
Now we got a punch.
Chargers get it back.
Yeah. What are you thinking? You thinking Herbert again? I think, Rod, this drive, you got to use Herbert again. Don't start going to the rushing attack and trying to wear them down. You want to make sure you have the lead. Get the lead 26, 25, 24, and then you can take some shots with the rushing attack.
I'll tell you, you asked me what I'm thinking. What I'm thinking now is someone that laid 2.5. The old careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
Them going for 2.
Yeah.
Now I need them to get the 2 point on the other way.
Right.
Now,
when you could already had it.
Which is, again, it's funny. Someone, and this happens all the time where people go, oh, you're complaining about something, but what about your bet? It's like, those are separate things.
Yeah.
The other night in the Memphis West Virginia game, they kicked a 50-yard field goal that gave me a chance at a cover.
Yeah.
It was still an awful decision.
Yeah.
I like them going for 2, but it has now put the 2.5 cover in doubt where the Chargers could win this football game potentially 25-24, which we weren't necessarily expecting just a moment ago. But again, I still like that decision, and now they just need to get a 2-point conversion the other way.
Yeah. Right. And again, I still think, Justin Herbert, in terms of the passing attack, did get some things going. Yeah, Stone Smart was an option, Ladd McConkey as well.
Yeah.
And that's the way we play it right now. It's going to take 80 yards before they hit pay dirt, so now we're looking potentially fourth quarter for a score, and this game comes right down to the wire again.
Yeah. No, this game was trending towards an absolute blowout, and now if you have a solid drive here for Los Angeles, they have the lead in this game, something you wouldn't think you would be saying about 15, 20 minutes ago at this point.
I would actually say, and I'm not going to do it, but you can grab L.A. right now catching 2.5. Matters more than you would think because if the Chargers grab the touchdown and don't get the extra point to fall, Denver would be a field goal away from a 2-point lead.
Yeah.
So just, again, pre-game, sometimes you might see a 2.5-point spread go, come on, you like 2.5, it's not going to factor in. But in-game, you're well aware of the differences that could be out there. How about Bo Nix right now at 200 passing? That number's 251.5. I mean, you still have a whole quarter to go. Could get trailing reps. I don't think it's a bad number.
No, it's not. Again, Bo Nix right now to utilize his legs and even his arm in terms of the fourth quarter is always an option, especially if the game is close. I think that's the biggest thing right now is that both of these quarterbacks potentially will look to take the game over. You want to take a shot, maybe anytime touchdown on Bo Nix, not a bad number either.
Cortland Sutton, by the way, 39 yards receiving, 48.5 is his number. So basically looking at 10 yards for an entire quarter where they could be down. Might be something you take a look at there, too.
It's locked. I need a great number on it. Sutton and McConkey to combine for 200. I'd like to get a number on. Because, again, I think McConkey can blast through any number you list. And if all of a sudden Bo Nix is in a situation where he's going to have to start throwing it all around the field here, Sutton is still top dog.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good. It's a good look. What number can you get on Bo Nix right now, rushing and throwing?
Oh, like a combo?
Yep.
Minus 188 for 275, plus 182 to 300.
That's not a bad number.
For 100 or more passing and rushing is plus 490.
It's not that bad.
It's not. No, it's not. I don't hate it. He looks great.
Palmer, that's 3.
Palmer again.
Nice job. Give me one more. Give me one more. Continue to cook. He's through his 30 and a half.
3 incompletions, Herbert.
Yep.
I mean, he's playing
He is.
very well in this game.
Let's see what we got here. Was that a first down?
Yes.
All right, move the sticks.
Get up the field. Nice job.
We are going to be running up against the break here. I think we'll get one more play. Yeah. Before the third quarter comes to a close. But we've got a really good one and a really important one here between the Chargers and the Broncos. Quick break. We'll be right back with you on SportsGrid.
The holidays come with a touch of craziness, from unwrapping the latest storylines to the best betting insights. We've got everything you need to crank up the excitement this season. We can't promise there won't be a little yelling.
Play a decent schedule. They have maybe 500.
Oh, that just ruined my day.
But we can guarantee a whole lot of fun. Merry Christmas from all of us at SportsGrid.
I mean, this is week 16, and you're throwing this guy in the fire. I know the Giants suck, Scotty, but you got that backdrop. Just give it to Bijan 50 times if Penix isn't looking too well.
And I also think Penn State has an easy track. And I think, to be honest with you, Indiana, people are all going to say they should have never been there. And listen, I just wanted to say one last time before that happens that you can all kiss my ass.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
And you're not riding Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Where have you gone? Don't tell me it's the Philadelphia Eagles, Donnie. Who's the team for you?
You see that Vince Lombardi trophy that sits back here? That's a replica. And that's something that the Philadelphia Eagles have won as recent as 2017. The Buffalo Bills are notorious for making it to the Super Bowl and coming up lame, which they might be able to do. But my question is, can the Buffalo Bills even get to the Super Bowl?
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
Right here with you on Pro Football Today on SportsGrid. Odds in motion, trying to see what lines have moved throughout the week.
Never felt more comfortable in this set than I do for this year. I'm ready. I'm just getting angry. The hot takes are going to be here all people.
You don't want them to go 13-0 and then lose the first round of the playoffs.
Red.
This is their last shot. They don't really have anywhere else to go yet.
Hot take.
By the time I hit, guess what, Route 33 up here, that ticket's cashed.
Only on SportsGrid.
All right, back with you on SportsGrid. 24-19, Denver leads at the end of 3. Bo Nix right now has 200 passing yards and 2 passing touchdowns. On the other side of the field, Herbert, just 3 incompletions at 9.7 yards per pass attempt. He's thrown for 194. No touchdowns. The 2 touchdowns both belong to Gus Edwards for L.A. 1 interception, though, in this game, and that belongs to Herbert. Your leading pass catcher is Ladd McConkey. 5 grabs on 5 targets for 70 yards. Leading the way for Denver right now is actually Marvin Mims. A few interesting guys. I want to throw one out, and I know you'll appreciate it, Lisi. Javonte Williams, he's at 22 right now. The live number is 28.5.
Wow. That's crazy.
If they hit the field leading, are we sure he won't give the veteran some reps?
I don't understand why, right? I mean, he was out there on the screen pass, caught 2 passes on that drive. If the game is on the line or they still have a 5-point lead, I expect them to definitely have an opportunity to get some carries. Was that a personal foul?
I don't think face mask
I thought
on
so.
Herbert or horse collar on the defense.
One of the two.
Right?
That's what I thought.
Just based on the area, that's
but again,
what I would expect.
He's running for his life again in critical third downs. Offensive line, I mean, they're bringing the kitchen sink at Herbert right now. There it is, horse collar.
Oh, wow, there you go. First down.
All right.
Big.
Huge.
I mean, it's going to put them into Denver territory right away.
See this play again. Let's see what we got. Because he's outside the pocket at this point.
Yeah, but he...
Oh.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
But also a face mask. No? Does that not count as a face mask?
No, I don't think he had his face mask. Nope.
That's just a stiff arm?
Yeah. Well, who? Face mask on who?
Herbert.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Oh, I wish you were looking where I was looking.
No, I was looking at Herbert's head.
No, I was.
Yeah.
Were you looking
I
where?
saw it.
Yeah.
It looked like a face mask. It's rarely called on the offense. It's got to be egregious.
Yeah.
Where his head snaps back.
You got to take that helmet with you.
The fact that he had the horse collar, I think, negates the face mask.
Right.
So
Jonathan Cooper also
like
I'm getting the FedEx.
It's like Ty goes to the
my whole month.
Dual reception always goes to the offense. It's like dual penalty.
Yep.
And then the quarterback defense is always getting it.
All right, so we're now at midfield here.
Oh, and I like the call. Go deep.
I agree.
All right.
Work with me here, fellas.
Sure.
Where do we attempt to attack right now? Because I know it's an unfair question because it so depends on what this drive is. But
what about a field goal on this drive? 24-22.
Yeah, it's a great question.
So you want to attack the rushing attack
we're early
of
enough for
Denver?
a field goal, but
it does feel a little bit. Would you agree that
we're down?
Peyton has actually not gone conservative in this game? Where there's moments like, they're running it too much. Like, I feel like he's still throwing it plenty.
Yeah.
So that would leave opportunities for Knicks in the passing game.
Oh, boy. Good call. Get up the field.
Now, that flag should be the offsides call, right? Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I think so.
That's good.
So they got
Take the down.
Take the deep shot. Beep, beep.
Yep. Take the down. Second and 5? Second and 6 right now? Coming up after the penalty?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I was going to say you want to take a shot, assuming it's a field goal, 24-22.
Offsides.
You want to take the rushing attack, take somebody. You want to take Estime?
That's what we need.
Kev, Estime, 8 yards on the ground? I mean,
yeah.
Who are we going to take?
How can you even there's no grasp on, like, who would you take, though? Like, you have no idea. Like, it's not like, hey, this guy's running wild. I need him to get 4 more. Like, we don't even know who's going to be in the backfield for the Broncos.
But the numbers are so low that they're tempting.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I agree with you.
Like, is there does he have a closer who's going to close out the game? Is it Estime because he's a bigger back, I guess?
Well, Estime needs 9.
Yeah.
Javonte Williams needs 6, and Bo Nix needs 4 to blow through their number right now.
Like, I'm trying to figure out Like, I almost think of it in the way that I might take Javonte Williams. I'm not trying to be stupid here.
Yeah.
Like 40 and 50.
Yeah.
Where if it's him, that's actually not that big of an ask. Or he could break a big one. The issue, again, is they might hit the field trailing.
Yeah, true.
So that is why we are in this very interesting middle area. Now, look, you can take a risk, get in. If it breaks your way, awesome. We got a 3rd and 5, and I know we're behind. That's why I can't mid-drive. I can't. It's just the nature of live wagering. I don't know for how many of you at home, or I'll throw it to you, Donnie, right?
Yeah.
When you're home, like I know you're as fast as possible.
Yes.
Will you wager mid-drive, though, if you're throwing live bets in?
No,
if you're at
it's
home?
hard. Yeah, it's hard. It's still hard to do, though, because unless you're on the satellite, on the antenna, or you're like local TV, you can't get that around the week.
Yeah. All right, we'll be right back on SportsGrid.
The holidays come with a touch of craziness, from unwrapping the latest storylines to the best betting insights. We've got everything you need to crank up the excitement this season. We can't promise there won't be a little yelling.
Play a decent schedule. They have maybe 500. There's no rush.
Oh, it just ruined my day.
But we can guarantee a whole lot of fun. Merry Christmas from all of us at SportsGrid.
I mean, this is week 16, and you're throwing this guy in the fire. I know the Giants suck, Scotty, but you got that backdrop. Just give it to Bijan 50 times if Penix isn't looking too well.
And I also think Penn State has an easy track. And I think, to be honest with you, Indiana, people are all going to say they should have never been there. And listen, I just wanted to say one last time before that happens that you can all kiss my ass.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
You're not riding with Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Where have you gone? Don't tell me it's the Philadelphia Eagles, Donnie. Who's the team for you?
You see that Vince Lombardi trophy that sits back here? That's a replica. And that's something that the Philadelphia Eagles have won as recent as 2017. The Buffalo Bills are notorious for making it to the Super Bowl and coming up lame, which they might be able to do. But my question is, can the Buffalo Bills even get to the Super Bowl?
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
Right here with you on Pro Football Today on SportsGrid. Odds in motion, trying to see what lines have moved throughout the week.
Never felt more comfortable in this set than I do for this year. I'm ready. I'm just getting angry. The hot takes are going to be here all long, people.
You don't want them to go 13-0 and then lose the first round of the playoffs.
Red.
This is their last shot. They don't really have anywhere else to go yet.
Hot take.
By the time I hit, guess what, Route 33 up here, that ticket's cashing.
Only on SportsGrid.
All right, the 2-point conversion, never in doubt. I always like this Palmer, Lisi.
He's good. Too bad he didn't hit the touchdown. We should have taken L.A. plus the 440 money line.
You're not
I'm
wrong.
so upset I didn't pull the
7.5,
trigger.
8.5. Mm-hmm. Countless opportunity. Rocket ship total. What a play by Palmer.
Great
This kid's
hits.
got something.
Great play by Palmer. It's
Look
funny,
at-
too,
look at
because
the
we got
foot drag.
flashed. I was watching, we were seeing that play. I was like, I think they got the play right because it just said Josh Palmer under their account. I'm like, they know who scored the touchdown. I'm like, oh, no.
60 and a half
Darius
in-game
Davis.
total.
Come on now.
TCU.
Out of curiosity, is just the frustration where it's like that's a Johnston play?
No, not even Johnston, because I have Johnson a touchdown and Palmer. So
Okay.
I see a little guy out there that's not McConkey. I'm like, oh, I got a good shot at this,
I see.
and it's not him.
I forgot about the touchdown
Yeah.
wagers. The 2-point conversion coming in. Look, ultimately, just, shout out our guy George Kurtz hit me back, where he's like, I don't love going for 2 outside of the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
But again, the reason I think if you're LA is we have to get it once.
Yeah.
And they got it once, and it made the difference where they're up 3. Same as had they kicked the extra point and made it both times. No harm, no foul for the HR. Now, they didn't get it easily. I'm not trying to pretend that they did, but just kind of the thought process. They do flip to a minus 210 favorite.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't think it's going to – I agree with that, Donnie, but I don't think Denver's done.
No.
I think Denver's moved the ball within the game that they can find a drive. But, man, Lisi, it's been a while since we've seen good from this team.
It is. So I think, how do they attack now? Do they look to get Bo Nix in terms of a little bit of a passing rhythm? Maybe
How
back
about
to
first
the-
play?
Pass.
You think?
Yep.
Donnie?
Play action deep?
No.
Cortland Sutton?
Bubble screen. I would take a completion. I think they go back into the
Plus
short.
150
All right.
for a completion.
Mims, they try to get Sutton in terms of a slant or a little screen, get him outside. Get positive yards.
Anyone you like for a reception, maybe? Sutton 125, Mims 210, Javonte 230, 5-1 Troy, Franklin.
Oh, that number just oozes money to me.
Wow, they
5-1 for Franklin.
They
to
sent
catch a pass.
They sent Knicks up to 274.5. Would you believe that?
Wow.
Added 20 plus yards onto that number from the drive.
Yep.
Overtime number. What are we getting?
What do you think? 4-1?
I think it's more. Maybe 520.
650.
All right.
Not bad.
No. Got a profit
Great ball
boost
by
here.
Herbert, man.
Is Sutton? Is the number just Sutton here, Donnie? 55.5.
It feels like he's got to be a go-to guy at this point. Like, you're
I would say Mims.
spread the wealth. At this
Mims,
point now.
too, seems to be a guy that Knicks loves to zero in on.
Right.
What's his number?
What about McConkey's 96.5?
Yeah, I probably would say yes because I'm figuring the scoring isn't done from Denver's side, which means you're going to have to throw the football at times. He's clearly the go-to guy tonight for them.
Yeah.
He had a 50.5 at one point.
Yeah.
So low. 50 and a hook.
Yeah.
This will be interesting, though, because, again, it's not like we're getting the football back 5.5 minutes for the Broncos like you got to do with this drive. So there's still a lot of time to get some business done.
You think Denver could score a touchdown? You're getting huge numbers. Javonte Williams 10-1, Cortland Sutton plus 650.
Oh, what is
Bo
Knicks
Nix
for
12-1
touchdown? Plus 154. Not good enough to me. My opinion.
Yeah.
I wouldn't bite on that. You like Herbert to keep throwing a little bit in the game? 281.5.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I think we're juiced up here.
Yeah.
I really do. Yeah.
So what about the live total, Donnie? 60.5. You're at 51.
Yes, I like that.
That's interesting. I don't have a good feel for that.
I was saying that we were going to get like at least, because let me just see the grid up here to see what the scoring numbers are. There we go. So you got 8, because I was figuring 17 more points, and you got 14 already from the last time I said that. So obviously we're going to get more than a field goal, I believe, still left in the game.
What do they do here?
That's a pass. Got to be. No, run.
Is that no?
That's Estime.
Here we go.
He's the gun. Do you have any Estime action?
Nope.
Oh, he needs Williams.
I need Williams for basically 29.
So hard to bet those in the backfield.
Yeah, it's tough.
Again, they ran 5 different players ran the football in the first quarter. Like, oh, here we go. Never should be the case.
That touchdown was a fourth quarter touchdown?
Yes.
A rushing touchdown in this quarter is plus 290.
Ooh. 290.
Anyone runs it on any team.
Yeah.
That's an interesting number.
It is.
That's an interesting number. Game specials. I'm just trying to see if anything jumps. Nick's Herbert.
Now Williams is in, but they're not going to run here, are they? Second and 5.
Set.
They might. I mean, they might. I don't know why not.
Yeah.
They just only like him as a pass catcher.
I don't know.
Tonight,
big 3rd and 5 now. You're going to talk about a game-changing play right here. You get a touchdown, 2-point conversion, then a 3-and-out on Denver. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Then you look to maybe, I would say, if L.A. gets the ball back here, then they utilize a little clock maybe with
Well, makes me laugh.
right?
Why?
Gus Edwards, Vidal.
The rough or intentional grounding, spiked it right at the
Yeah.
236 is Herbert's number. He needs 39 more for 275. They still have to be aggressive to some capacity.
Oh, they
right?
will. There's no doubt.
I mean, there's 11 minutes left. You can't assume that you're gonna. Your defense has played well, but you gotta go for broke here. You gotta make sure you stick the nail in the coffin.
Don't bring heat.
Look at this, wide open.
That's their bread and butter play.
I think that was
worked all night.
I think that might have been the best play of the game by Knicks.
It's funny about that too because you had a look of a blitz. They didn't come. They rushed 3, which that's exactly the play you should have covered if you only rush 3 guys. How does a guy leak out into the flat? You should be eating that alive.
It's a great point.
Look, I don't know what he was doing. Oh, I got to cover
like, I got
now.
2
Look,
guys.
great play by Nick. That was odd.
Like if the Chargers get back on the field under any circumstance, I get what you guys are saying is they should be throwing. You know what I think's throwing me off?
What do you got?
It doesn't feel like there's over 10 minutes left in
Exactly.
this
Feels
game.
like 5.5 minutes left.
I think that's what's throwing me
we
off.
taking a deep shot first time?
Who's that?
Somebody was wide open.
That's
What an
Mims.
awful pass. Wow, what a bad pass.
Oh my!
That pass was so bad that he couldn't even get the penalty.
He was 10 yards behind him.
Did he lose the grip on that ball? That was terrible.
Threw it without the seams.
I'm just saying, like he threw that
Can't
up.
be any more wide open than this play. See
Well,
ya.
That's a wheel route. That's a wheel out and up.
route.
We got away with a little pass interference too. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He didn't turn his head.
Look at the arm.
That's it.
When the ref was so upset with the pass, he's like, "I'm not even going to give you credit for that."
I like that move. I like that.
That-
The inverse of
Correct.
the The ball finally gets to Javonte Williams on the ground. Let's see. Happy with it?
No.
2 yards.
Yeah, great.
How many do you
10
need?
more of those, and I'll be through pay dirt.
How many do you need?
22 yards. Well, 20 now.
It's one play, Joe.
How many do you need?
What did he have? 21, 20? I need
Just
50.
what do you need total?
50.
50 total yards.
You were spinning my head around a little.
I said I needed 10.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
He's dead. He's dead. I counted it as a loser. No shot.
Like Kareem Hunt?
Kareem Hunt.
Watson.
No, just count it up. That's it. Where does
It's
he go
third and
here?
long.
Big third down right now.
They're going to dial up Vele.
The
Oh,
Denver.
boy.
What are you doing next? Cutting off the whole field.
Yeah, this is bad.
Hunting, no doubt. All right.
Woo, good drive by the Chargers.
All right.
Stopping them.
Chargers defense steps up in a major way. Let me get your live numbers for you before we run into our commercial here. 3.5, but that is because, at least on FD in the live market, and I don't think many books, they don't hang flats. So what I'm trying to tell you is it's 3.5 Chargers, plus 158, plus 3.5 Denver, minus 210. They did shoot the Chargers money line up to minus 310. The total in this game is 57.5, minus 156 towards that over. They are expecting a run here from the Chargers.
Good punt.
But only at minus 125. Little tempting, I'll tell you that. We'll follow this Chargers drive with you on Sports.
The holidays come with a touch of craziness, from unwrapping the latest storylines to the best betting insights. We've got everything you need to crank up the excitement this season. We can't promise there won't be a little yelling.
Played a decent schedule. They had maybe 500. There's no
It just ruined my day.
But we can guarantee a whole lot of fun. Merry Christmas from all of us at SportsGrid.
I mean, this is week 16, and you're throwing this guy in the fire. I know the Giants suck, Scotty, but you got that backdrop. Just give it to Bijan 50 times if Penix isn't looking too well.
And I also think Penn State has an easy track. And I think, to be honest with you, Indiana, people are all going to say they should have never been there. And listen, I just wanted to say one last time before that happens that you can all kiss my ass.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
And you're not riding with Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Where have you gone? Don't tell me it's your Philadelphia Eagles, Donnie. Who's the team for you?
You see that Vince Lombardi trophy that sits back here? That's a replica. And that's something that the Philadelphia Eagles have won as recent as 2017. The Buffalo Bills are notorious for making it to the Super Bowl and coming up lame, which they might be able to do. But my question is, can the Buffalo Bills even get to the Super Bowl?
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
Right here with you on Pro Football Today on SportsGrid. Odds in motion, trying to see what lines have moved throughout the week.
Never felt more comfortable in this bet than I do for this year. I'm ready. I'm just getting angry. The hot takes are going to be here all long, people.
You don't want them to go 13-0 and then lose the first round of the playoffs.
Red.
Yeah, this is their last shot. They don't really have anywhere else to go here.
Hot take.
By the time I hit, I guess what, Route 33 up here, that ticket's cashing.
Only on SportsGrid.
Back right here on SportsGrid. It was minus 125 at locked for a run of 1+. Would you be looking that way,
Yes.
watching Matlock
Yes.
out there?
Well, where they're at on the field, I would assume it's going to be a run.
I just want to see if this is, because I don't want to get into
Oh, he's going deep.
Hold it.
the
Throw it.
upset.
Just dump it.
The upset.
Oh,
Incomplete
wow,
paid
come on, Q.
well.
Wow, that was.
Incomplete paid well. All right, let's talk scenario.
Mhm.
LA holds. Denver loses.
Mhm.
What do we think it looks like the is Denver going to get in conversation, kind of?
Yeah.
Because
they have KC, right?
Next week
I think they're out.
at Cincinnati.
I still feel like they're out if they lose.
My thing is, like...
Because you're not going to jump the Chargers, it feels like, after that, does it?
So
Where they have the tiebreaker?
Let me ask you this blanket.
Yeah.
Do the Chiefs lose one of their next 2 games? What is it? Home against Houston. At Pittsburgh?
Yep. I don't think so.
If Mahomes is in both of those games, I don't. You know what? I do think they get beat by the Steelers, though, the Chiefs.
Do you?
On the road.
It's a tough call. They're going to be
I
short lines.
I think their toughest game is Houston. I think their toughest game is...
they're similar. I think the Houston game being at home is very beneficial.
It is, but I just think the timing of it, right, where it is, knowing, everybody thought the letdown spot would be Cleveland. It wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
The defense stepped up, played lights out. I watched that whole game, Nick Bolton and that defense flying to the football.
Yeah.
I still believe Houston poses a problem because, just again, it's Stroud. They have the weapons. Maybe they haven't showed it from a consistent basis, but going up against the best team in the NFL on their turf, you're going to get their A game, right? So whatever that is, I expect Mixon to step up. I expect Stroud, and whatever you're going to get out of that offense, expect their best effort. It happens as a 3.5-point dog. If they get through that, I think they'll beat Pittsburgh somehow, some way, and then Denver, wherever they're at, then...
The reason I don't go... If they win the next 2, the 1 seed is done.
Right, then they clinch. But I did say this, too, as well, and I said it all week on radio. If I was Kansas City, and as much as he wants to play, I would use this game against Houston as the flyer and rest him up to make sure that he's 100%, because I still think that game could be winnable with Wentz at home in the defense, and make sure that on the road against Denver and Pittsburgh, I have Mahomes, as opposed to putting him out there. They win, he gets banged up, and now you're behind the 8 ball potentially in a playoff situation.
Yeah.
So I don't disagree with the premise. The thing is, Lisi, he's a full participant.
I understand.
He's not injured.
No, I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know.
My point is, that was bad for you?
No, that was the play that was going to set up because they ran Quentin Johnson on an underneath route, like against the grain.
Okay.
So he probably had some running room if he caught that ball, but it was knocked down.
Why was Nick holding his hand on it? Was he just listening to the calls?
Watch. I don't know if there was a guy clearing out behind him, but this is the play call that you have that's supposed to be designed like underneath.
Yeah, you don't know what
it might not be a 20-yard play, but he's going to turn up for at least 5, 6, 7, 8 yards.
Yeah. My thing is, if I just tell you Denver is at home and Kansas City clinched the 1 seed.
Yeah.
Like, would you expect Mahomes to play in Week 18? 1 seed's clinched.
No.
2 weeks off. I don't know. Sometimes teams play guys.
Yeah,
he might play a half.
No, if he's anything wrong with that ankle, Andy Reid's not playing him a half. Andy Reid, even back to his Philadelphia days, always believed in rest.
But you're saying he's a full participant, right? So that's what it is.
But if you don't need him, there's no way he's coming off a high ankle sprain 2 weeks earlier playing the game.
Right. So that's why I say rest him now. Don't you want Mahomes on 2 road games as opposed to you roll him out there this week? He's 85%. He rolls it again, and now he's gone for 3 weeks?
It's a risk. I hear you. At least I do. I think Kansas City's thought process, again,
this is the way we roll.
He's practicing like he might be healthy, but just also take nothing for granted.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we roll this game, out there and we lose it, well, now we need to win out maybe.
Yeah.
And that's why I put ourselves in that spot. I guess what I'm wondering is if Denver is at home against Wentz and backups, are they like a 10-point favorite? Need the game. We know how high those numbers get when a team needs the game.
We're talking the last game of the year?
Yeah. My point, and again,
I wouldn't go 10.
Laying a touchdown?
Yeah, I would say it.
Yeah, I would probably say 7 is right because it's still like it's not a beauty show. So at the end of the game, if Denver they're not like, hey, we got to win a point differential. Just get the win. That's all they care about.
That is just it's such a big swing in this, and that Denver doesn't need everything to go right for them. They need one thing to go right. Denver, which is not a lot,
and they're not out of it right now. That was a big third down. They get this. This is a critical drive. They get this steal this somehow.
Might be going OT tonight.
Should have taken that
I mean,
number.
to be fair, they're 5 yards from midfield.
Yes.
What do they do here?
4 down territory.
Not to get off the subject. They run it here, knowing how bad that drive was to start.
That's a great call.
Do they run the football? And who's back there? Is it Estime?
Why is it not up?
Is it Williams?
I love that call.
I say it's Williams. Because what do you need? 30 yards? What do you need? Basically 20 yards? 30? If they're on midfield or on their own 45, you need 25 yards for a makeable field goal.
Yeah.
So let's see if we can grind out 10 yards. Let's get into, the LA 40, and then we'll dink and dunk until we get into field goal range, and then see if our defense could give us the ball back.
I think they score here.
Total is 57.5.
Yeah.
So, assuming they kick a field goal, will be at 54, right? It's a bad number, the 57.5. I only say that because then L.A. will probably go hurry up and try to kick a field goal to win it.
Should be safe. Interesting drive coming up.
Unless you think Denver's good for a touchdown.
Yeah.
You think they're good for a touchdown, then the number at minus 144 is good. I
just
to
took
the under.
Javonte Williams, fourth quarter rushing plus, receiving 10 plus.
All right.
Minus 108 odds.
Okay.
I like that a lot. He's at 2 right now. I think that's a good number. All right, let's take a quick break with us. We're going to make it happen. Denver's got a huge drive coming up. We'll follow it with you the whole way.
The holidays come with a touch of craziness, from unwrapping the latest storylines to the best betting insights. We've got everything you need to crank up the excitement this season. We can't promise there won't be a little yelling.
Play a decent schedule. They have maybe 500.
It just ruined my day.
But we can guarantee a whole lot of fun. Merry Christmas from all of us at SportsGrid.
I mean, this is week 16, and you're throwing this guy in the fire. I know the Giants suck, Scotty, but you got that backdrop. Just give it to Bijan 50 times if Penix isn't looking too well.
And I also think Penn State has an easy track. And I think, to be honest with you, Indiana, people are all going to say they should have never been there. And listen, I just wanted to say one last time before that happens that you can all kiss my ass.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
You're not riding with Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Where have you gone? Don't tell me it's the Philadelphia Eagles, Donnie. Who's the team for you?
You see that Vince Lombardi trophy that sits back here? That's a replica. And that's something that the Philadelphia Eagles have won as recent as 2017. The Buffalo Bills are notorious for making it to the Super Bowl and coming up lame, which they might be able to do. But my question is, can the Buffalo Bills even get to the Super Bowl?
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
Right here with you on Pro Football Today on SportsGrid. Odds in motion, trying to see what lines have moved throughout the week.
Never felt more comfortable in the set than I do for this year. I'm ready. I'm just getting angry. The hot takes are going to be here all long, people.
You don't want them to go 13-0 and then lose the first round of the playoffs.
Red.
Yeah, this is their last shot. They don't really have anywhere else to go yet.
Hot take.
By the time I hit, I guess what, Route 33 up here, that ticket's cashed in.
Only on SportsGrid.
All right, back right here on SportsGrid. A few things. I'll just add this quickly because I'm going to look here. I'm not sure there isn't a number that I wouldn't lay on if they open it. First play from scrimmage, Chargers rush 1+ yard.
Yeah.
Last drive they threw it. It was unsuccessful. You don't really do that twice. Why are we in this situation? Denver got the football, 10-yard sack, couldn't get back into 4th and short. But, Donnie, you thought 4th and 6 at midfield was go for it territory.
Absolutely. Like, there's a lot on the line in this game. Let's also understand what happened on that drive. First down pass, nobody's going to be upset with that. You take a sack, 2nd and 20. You hand the football off on that second down, hoping you can get 5 or 6 yards, which they did, which would put you in range to chip away to get into a close 4th down if you did. And also, we're not talking about 4th and 6 on your own 30, where it's like, hey, we turn it over. That might be a touchdown. The game is over. You turn it over at the 50-yard line. There's still a chance that, yes, you might give up a field goal, but still a one-possession game, or you get to stop and get the football back. Or how about this? You just get a first down, and you just continue that drive. I can't believe he punted that football on that situation.
They had 3 timeouts. That's why I think he did it. It's old school football, right? I mean, Sean Payton, that's where you get a little tight. You got a little tight under the collar there, Payton. Now they have it inside the 20. Your defense has to step up. I agree with you that they run the football here, but here's the thing. Herbert's got 250. He's going to have to run on first down, run on second down. Third down comes up. Got to get a first down. Otherwise,
so now 4.5 minutes left. I will just say, it feels like, a Freaky Friday?
Why?
I never thought they were going for that.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure I'm mad that they didn't. I personally actually adore to be on
opposite side.
Yes, I think that's
because you never thought he would come out and say.
Certainly not in an instance where I'm sat here thinking punt realistically. It was a successful punt. They've pinned them inside the 10-yard line. I don't. Man, it's interesting, DRS. I'm struggling with if that's the right move or not. Here, I guess
because if there's props, obviously you want to win, and I don't think Johnson's going to get his yards enough on this drive, but maybe in overtime it'll open up a little bit more. So theoretically, I'm really rooting for overtime. But when I see coaches make that decision, it almost flips the switch. Goes, I might lose some money, but you know what? I'm going to be so happy when Sean Payton punted that football and never got it back, and that's the answer why he punted on 4th and 5.
Yeah, that's such a. I wonder. They didn't show the analytics on that one. I wonder what the percentages were.
Yeah.
Again, we usually assume it means go.
4th and 5 with 4 minutes left, and then I'm curious if the analytics take into account the timeouts, everything else.
I don't know if they do. They should though, but I don't know if they do.
What?
Like time frame, timeouts.
Got it?
No. Is they graded that no gain?
Is that good? You got it?
I didn't bet it.
Because
it didn't pop.
No run?
I would have bet rush for 1+ yards.
Oh, gotcha. I thought you say
and I would have took it right on the chin.
That's crazy.
Thanks for not unlocking it. Appreciate it.
Now, that was a timeout, I assume, right there by Denver, or no? We're going to let this play out?
I think you have to, right? Call that timeout based on it being 2nd and 10 there?
Yeah, and they're not showing anything. So
let me see if I can find.
Oh, no. Nope.
No?
Not yet.
You got to stay aggressive now. You can't.
Do they throw it here?
You can't run 2 times in a row. There's no way. You got to stay somewhat aggressive.
Oh,
my goodness!
Stone hands. You got to be kidding me. Don't throw the ball to Stone hands.
The best part about that too is I have a separate alt parlay. That's 4 catches for Cortland Sutton. He has it. 20 yards for Quentin Johnson. He catches out of catch.
Not that you need me to, but I apologize for laughing.
Yeah.
It's him specifically.
Yeah.
And it feels like for some reason now, for 4 weeks, we've been talking about him not being able to catch.
Yeah.
But I know how frustrating that is.
To lose a bet on that because, and again, sometimes hey, I didn't get the over 35.5, which I probably won't, but that was an easy one to get, and they didn't get it.
Yeah. Where is he going to throw it?
Well, I'll say this. They made the right decision throwing on 3rd and 10.
There you go. First down.
All right. Nice. Oh, late hit?
No way.
His rushing numbers.
He did, too.
He absolutely blew. He's at 45, Joe.
Unbelievable. I think his number before the game was 9.5. Nick's was at 21.5.
Can I get on a soapbox for a second?
Yeah, we like when you
Someone the other day was saying, we always call the Chiefs frauds. All that matters is they win. I go, yeah, but how you get there can tell us maybe what's going to happen in the future.
Yeah.
I bring that up because we were sitting here watching, and he deserved that.
He was advanced.
we were sitting here watching the Denver drives. Yeah. But, man, they are chewing them, but 3rd and 9, 3rd and 11, 3rd and 13.
Look at this.
Go.
Out of
I have him for 50+.
Oh,
you
keep going.
Go.
That's it.
Whoa.
Get on it.
Oh, that's going to be close. I think he was down.
I think he was, too.
They count the yardage, right?
Yes.
The holidays come with a touch of craziness, from unwrapping the latest storylines to the best betting insights. We've got everything you need to crank up the excitement this season. We can't promise there won't be a little yelling.
Played a decent schedule. They had maybe 500. There's no
It just ruined my day.
But we can guarantee a whole lot of fun. Merry Christmas from all of us at SportsGrid.
I mean, this is week 16, and you're throwing this guy in the fire. I know the Giants suck, Scotty, but you got that backdrop. Just give it to Bijan 50 times if Penix isn't looking too well.
And I also think Penn State has an easy track. And I think, to be honest with you, Indiana, people are all going to say they should have never been there. And listen, I just wanted to say one last time before that happens that you can all kiss my ass.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
You're not riding with Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Where have you gone? Don't tell me it's the Philadelphia Eagles, Donnie. Who's the team for you?
You see that Vince Lombardi trophy that sits back here? That's a replica. And that's something that the Philadelphia Eagles have won as recent as 2017. The Buffalo Bills are notorious for making it to the Super Bowl and coming up lame, which they might be able to do. But my question is, can the Buffalo Bills even get to the Super Bowl?
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
Right here with you on Pro Football Today on SportsGrid. Odds in motion, trying to see what lines have moved throughout the week.
Never felt more comfortable in the set than I do for this year. I'm ready. I'm just getting angry. The hot takes are going to be here all long, people.
You don't want them to go 13-0 and then lose the first round of the playoffs.
Red.
This is their last shot. They don't really have anywhere else to go yet.
Hot take.
By the time I hit, I guess what, Route 33 up here, that ticket's cashing.
Only on SportsGrid.
Welcome back right here on SportsGrid. Kevin Walsh, Donnie Rightside, and Joe Lisi. What's the least predictable thing that could have possibly happened on that drive?
Yeah.
Touchdown.
I think a 34-yard touchdown pass to Hassan Haskins probably would take the cake.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Like I got a couple guys which would have been so much fun on that. And I saw the touchdown pop up on the screen, and I had no idea who got it. And I just see Johnson's up top, McConkey's in the slot. I'm like, ooh, it's going to be interesting. And that was the touchdown.
I saw you close the laptop.
Yeah.
I didn't know what. I knew it meant something.
Yeah, I didn't want to see it.
You know what I mean? Like, I knew it meant something. I didn't know what. There was a real dichotomy, a yin and yang, if you will, between the two people on the desk to my left during that play. So that's why, if it looks like I was chuckling, maybe that would be that.
I tried to hide. I'm like, you know what? This is going to be a touchdown pass. I know it's coming. It was Hassan Haskins, and I watched the play. I should have just watched it on the computer. Would have been better.
That's it. All right. We've got two now. This guy's over here ready to snap this thing.
This is like
half.
3 straight primetime games where
This happens on this test.
I've gotten robbed 3 straight primetime games, like out of money, physically robbed.
We had the Donnie cam for like in the middle part of the year. We had the Donnie cam.
Oh, that's not right. No, it's a crystal ball. Listen, crystal ball theory.
Yep.
Hey, Don, he's going to throw 2 touchdown passes.
Correct.
McConkey won't catch either one of them.
Yes, or
Money's
Johnston
made.
or Palmer. Like none of them. Nobody caught it.
But I'm saying, no, if I just told you he threw 2, McConkey doesn't catch one, how do you like your bets?
Correct. Yes.
Like, triple up.
No, absolutely.
Sutton, maybe to every number.
Yeah.
Here comes the field goal malarkey. You think?
Well, kick
Yes.
the field goal with a minute left.
100% kicking a field goal here, yes. Unless you get a deep touchdown.
The thing is, there's actually like a weird amount of time left. 2-minute warning, 2 timeouts. Like, you're not in no man's land, if you will, which is very interesting.
Got to score quick. See if they can get past midfield.
Javonte Williams on the bottom of the screen.
Could they give it to him on a toss sweep?
Jet sweep.
Jet sweep.
Pop pass, or that's no good?
No, no good. Lateral.
Man, what a wild game.
Is that Franklin?
But Denver's sitting on 3 points, right, in the second half of this game.
Got a lot, too, because you got 58 points. Like, couldn't really figure out who was going to rush, and it turns out Gus Edwards, after that long run, he ends up with 2 touchdowns and 68 yards to get that number. And then you look at the other side, which is about what you thought, estimate 48 yards, but couldn't really figure who else. But both teams ran for over 100 yards, and both teams' quarterbacks really got busy. Well, I wonder if they're going to call that.
I mean, what's the story with that? Because there's a flag.
That did look like a lateral, but
that
I don't
flag was up much earlier than that play.
I think it was downfield, right? I didn't see it at the line of
Could be
scrimmage.
a holding penalty. Like I don't think the flag, at least the initial one, there's a flag that has nothing to do with the lateral.
Yeah.
We'll call it like that.
Legal man downfield? Like, what are we thinking?
I assume you can have anyone you want downfield.
Wow.
They killed the pass, huh?
Yeah, they're real strict with that. Like, it has to be, like, way back.
Looked like it was. I thought it was
do,
on line.
When you see it on camera, I always think they call it incorrectly. It's not because they call it where you catch the ball at, and that shouldn't be the case. Like, if you throw it backwards, that's where it should go. Because the ball is going, but as long as the ball is moving backwards, they don't call it like that, though.
Yeah, the idea that the ball the entire time needs to go that way is bananas.
Yes.
I get what you're saying. Well, that's going to set them way back or like – because are multiple penalties going to count here? No, right?
No, only one counts.
Just the holding.
Yes.
All right. So they're going to be at the 38-yard line.
Like this
for
is
second
clearly
and
like
13.
a lateral the way it is, but see where he catches it? It's like they would never call that.
Yeah.
It's easy call for them to bring it back.
Right.
We'll see. 1.5 minutes, 1 minute. You got to kick the field goal, right? You don't.
Yeah, you're kicking
burn
the field goal right
everything
away.
trying to go for the
Yep.
touchdown.
I think that's a loss of down, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
So where'd they go with it? Now they took the holding call.
Yardage.
Yardage.
Clock.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Can I just throw this out? And listen, we're going to do these games Sunday.
Yeah.
But just at the moment, how you feel
Yeah.
about just the straight result of the game. Cincinnati at home against Cleveland. Do you guys like the Cincinnati to win that game? Just right now.
Yes.
It can change by the time we get there.
Absolutely.
I would agree. The Colts at home against Tennessee on Sunday.
Colts.
Okay. And then the last one would be Miami at home against San Francisco.
I'd say San Fran. As much as I know Miami needs the game, San Fran.
I go San Fran, too. I do.
Okay. I in this moment, actually think all of those home teams win. My point is, anybody who wins on Sunday and advances into all right, we just need Denver to keep losing. The fact that all of those teams are at home and as favorites. I understand the margins are all different, but that is why this was so important for Denver. It's not that it was an easy spot, but you have it's not one team where it's like, look, man, called slip up, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
I think it is very likely one of those three teams wins out. I would be pretty surprised, in fact, if one of them didn't win out, Donnie.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Look at the schedules.
Yeah. No, there's a lot to play out, too, as you go down the stretch. And teams will surprise. Some teams will play well. Some teams that are hoping to get higher draft picks actually win football games to ruin their rest of the season. So it's easy to say now, like, ooh, this is like point and click, point and click, point and click, point and click, as we know. But there are some massive games this weekend that could be swings for the next weekend, and you go on. And also, when you just talk about, you're saying to yourself, all right, it's Kansas City. And what happens if Patrick Mahomes plays? It's cold weather, re-aggravates that high ankle sprain.
Right.
And then he loses this game against Houston, loses against Pittsburgh, and things start to spiral out of control. So a lot of stuff up in the air.
And look at how Jacksonville's playing for Peterson, right? I mean, even though they lost last week, competitive against the Jets, 3.5-point dogs. They should have won the game. Just made plays that inexcusable in the fourth quarter.
They've been frustrating for me because I played them a month plus ago for an updated win total. I mean, they've covered almost every single game.
Yeah.
But they cannot win any of these games, which is like is that not covering, right? It's not college, but like the competitiveness, is that what's going to save Doug's job? Like, I don't know if Doug's getting fired or not. Remember when it was a certainty 2 months ago?
We thought McCarthy was a certainty to get fired. Now we dialed that back.
Yeah.
Not the same in my opinion.
It's also,
why?
It's
higher
it's also
expectations.
who's out there, too, though. Like, who's going to be eligible to be a coach? Because, fire him is great. Then you go, hey, we're going to get a guy like, Callahan or whatever that went to Tennessee. It's like, is that the level of coach you want in there from a guy that's won a Super Bowl and they're playing decently and the entire team was injured?
So, just to answer quickly Lisi's question, they're different because I think it was like Rappaport or Schefter who was like, If the Jags don't show up today, they're going to fire Doug, and then
Yeah.
they lost 52-14 to the Lions, and then didn't fire Doug.
Yeah.
So that's what. Oh, come on. That's what's been odd about that. To Donnie's point about who's going to be out there, that's a great question.
Well, I think there's two out there, definite.
Okay.
I would say three, but depending, Ben Johnson, Slowick, and I think Kingsbury.
I think Slowick's lost a lot. I don't think people are ready to do the Kingsbury thing, in my opinion. I think people are going to be interested in Liam Cohen out of Tampa Bay because of the way that's been going. But, like, Vrabel's name's still getting tossed around.
Supposedly the Jets are the front runners for Vrabel.
Yeah.
If not unless Ryan Day, to your point, loses on Saturday.
Right.
Then he could have that job probably Saturday night at around midnight. Right? They probably have the paperwork signed. Hey, Mike, you want to come to the horseshoe?
Ryan Day to Jacksonville.
Is there a world Lincoln Riley gets called up to the NFL?
No, I don't know. He's lost
Not
so
what
much.
he's doing now, yeah.
And on top of it, now he's losing players.
So that's why I ask. Like, you don't think the appetite will be there for an NFL
I think he
team?
wants it, maybe, but I don't know if what team wants it.
Yeah, you
If
could
you're
have
not going
struck
to give
while
it
that iron was hot at Oklahoma. Like, you could have probably stepped in like, hey, where's Kyler Murray going to Arizona? Give me that job.
If Ben Johnson says, hey, Chicago, I'm not coming, if you're the Bears, would you make that phone call to Lincoln Riley, reuniting with Caleb?
I don't know. It seems risky. It seems like if you're going to be if you're Ryan Poles and this is your big chance, you get Lincoln Riley and it's like a college coach and then it doesn't work. You're gone. You'll never be a GM again.
He's gone. As the guy, whoever it is, though, has to work, right?
Yeah.
I think I'd rather try Lincoln Riley than Mike Vrabel if I were the Bears. We'll be right back.
The holidays come with a touch of craziness, from unwrapping the latest storylines to the best betting insights. We've got everything you need to crank up the excitement this season. We can't promise there won't be a little yelling.
Play a decent schedule. They have maybe 500.
Oh, that just ruined my day.
But we can guarantee a whole lot of fun. Merry Christmas from all of us at SportsGrid.
I mean, this is week 16, and you're throwing this guy in the fire. I know the Giants suck, Scotty, but you got that backdrop. Just give it to Bijan 50 times if Penix isn't looking too well.
And I also think Penn State has an easy track. And I think, to be honest with you, Indiana, people are all going to say they should have never been there. And listen, I just wanted to say one last time before that happens that you can all kiss my ass.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
And you're not riding with Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Where have you gone? Don't tell me it's the Philadelphia Eagles, Donnie. Who's the team for you?
You see that Vince Lombardi trophy that sits back here? That's a replica. And that's something that the Philadelphia Eagles have won as recent as 2017. The Buffalo Bills are notorious for making it to the Super Bowl and coming up lame, which they might be able to do. But my question is, can the Buffalo Bills even get to the Super Bowl?
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
Right here with you on Pro Football Today on SportsGrid. Odds in motion, trying to see what lines have moved throughout the week.
Never felt more comfortable in this bet than I do for this year. I'm ready. I'm just getting angry. The hot takes are going to be here all long, people.
You don't want them to go 13-0 and then lose the first round of the playoffs.
Red.
Yeah, this is their last shot. They don't really have anywhere else to go yet.
Hot take.
By the time I hit, I guess what, Route 33 up here, that ticket's cashing.
Only on SportsGrid.
All right, we're back in here on SportsGrid. When I say a wild decision, I don't mean outrageous from Peyton. I mean just kind of wild to see this is where things are. Ball's at the 37, 38-yard line. They send out a 55-yard field goal.
Yeah.
That is no gimme. Usually, teams that take that field goal are typically taking a gimme or they're on fourth down. Not the case there. That was a first down decision, Don.
Yeah.
Loved it. That's what you have to do because you need time is more important than the actual score. If you missed the field goal, you lost anyway. If you made it, you still have a slim chance. If you tried for the touchdown or another couple plays, then you're talking about 24 seconds on the clock, and then you have no chance to win it at that point. So you have to do that in this day and age.
Yeah, so they get the onside kick, then it's a game. We'll see what happened here.
I don't know. They put 15 timeouts coming.
50 timeouts. Yeah, this is it.
So what you do have, since that field goal went up and in, the game will not be decided by this kick. It will mostly be decided by this kick, but you get 2 timeouts for the Denver Broncos. If you're LA, I mean, I know they're going to run real plays. If you took 2 knees, I wouldn't even hate it. I'll be honest with you.
They wouldn't, though.
Of course not.
Yeah.
But, truly being like, look, we are going to take 2 knees, another one, and we will punt this to you with 14. You'll have 10 seconds if we get a good punt off to go 98 with no timeouts.
Yep.
I'm not fumbling this football.
No.
But that's not what they're going to do.
Yeah.
No.
If the onside isn't recovered.
I hope they get it.
I don't.
No?
I laid the 2.5. I don't need the stress.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I have an updated Chargers win total.
All
that
right.
could use the victory.
Let's root it in then.
So, that's where I'm at.
All right. Look at this.
Good kick.
Oh!
Really great catch.
That's Hans team,
Yeah, that's a
Donnie.
great catch.
You had to be on Hans
Always.
team.
Yep.
Yeah. Sense of pride.
Front line. Always wanted the football coming.
Boots on the ground.
You ever try and return it?
No. I never recovered an onside kick, though. It never came to me. Yeah.
They knew. They go, that's not our week, man.
Yep. We go to you did the fake one. Like, he's on this side, we kick it to the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Boots on the ground.
Lisa, you're on the Hans team?
Of course, yeah. Yeah,
Oof,
absolutely. Absolutely.
Off
Not
the
game
face
tape.
mask. Like a penguin.
Yeah. Okay. You got the wrong guy.
Bang. We got it. We got it.
Now, hold on. In terms of that kick, I wasn't ready.
Yep.
Now,
didn't we have a timeout? We didn't have any timeouts?
Like Bobby Boucher.
Hold on.
I'm telling you.
Oh, my gosh. They actually did what I said.
He's wrecking his, is he wrecking his Russian props?
Oh, stop. Now, see.
He's going to do that again.
No,
too.
he's not.
He's in the 40s.
Yeah,
he's
he's
in
good.
the 40s. No, but let me tell you, that is going to crush some alt
He's
players.
down to 40 now.
Live players.
If they took 40 plus, yeah.
I'm telling you this. I learned this a long time ago. Every single thing matters.
Yeah.
Everyone somewhere has something. There's somebody out there who found a way to bet Herbert alt rush attempts, who's screaming at the TV, this is the greatest day of his life.
8 rushing attempts. I'm going to cash in big.
Do it again. Meanwhile, there's somebody out there who had Gus Edwards 70 plus.
Yes.
Hit that one. He had 71. Ran it for 3-yard loss.
Mm-hmm.
They never handed the ball to him again.
Correct.
There you go.
Yeah, he's going to run back again.
Wow.
Look at that. A lot of time on the clock. There you go.
By the way.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm smart as can be.
What do you got?
I mean, they're doing exactly what I said.
Give him the OC job now.
Just saying.
OC or
no?
Right there. Assistant head coach.
Pretty impressive.
That's it. You got it. Job is yours.
Run it. Look at the Chargers trying to get in. Chargers going to get in.
Clinch would win it in 2 of the 3. I mean,
yeah, they got 1 already.
They would have had to lose out in order to miss the playoffs?
Yeah, because if you beat the Denver
their
Broncos,
percentage
too,
was 97% heading into today.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Herbert down to 35 yards rushing.
They are virtually in. He's losing 5 a clip, which is incredible.
Yep, even more here.
Man, thank goodness. Let me tell you.
Like if he was just like, hey, he had a great night, 26 yards on the ground. You're like, about to lose.
So just to give you, they paid over 9.5 when he had, I think, 29.
Yes. Yeah, the early payouts are good on this.
He just lost how many yards? 15?
Yeah.
See the final number come up in a second.
Like
there.
15 yards.
Like you're talking about something that would have became a no. He lost 17 yards.
Yeah.
So
he's under the 25 now, right?
No.
It was at 41, I thought.
Yeah,
he was at 45 actually.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, it got close. Who knows? I mean, man, that worked. Even to be honest with you, and this is where like I'm joking about I'm so smart. Like I would have took like straight knees, like the shotgun. Take your
Smart
time.
Move on that, though. Yeah,
they're never going to get the football.
No,
Denver.
Nope.
Which I did not actually think was really plausible.
Which I guess if there's 2 seconds or 4 seconds they put back, so you really can't. Actually,
I think they're going to have Herbert run backwards.
Take a safety
and lay down, if anything. No, don't take a safety.
Why?
No.
No matter.
Take a safety
take a
from
safety.
40 yards?
Yeah, run it 4 seconds off. See ya.
No, but that's negative rush, I think, then. Take it easy.
We'll see. Let's see what they do.
No,
Ain't handing it off, I'll tell you
into the
that.
sky. All right, take it easy, Donnie. Oh!
Oh, my gosh. They can intercept this?
Yeah, they really might.
Anybody back there?
But
I always wonder that. Like, why isn't that intentional grounding? You're in the pocket of rush. You didn't get outside, and you threw it up in the air and out of bounds.
I think the honest answer is it's one of the worst rules in all of sports.
Yeah.
Because it's not accurate. They don't ever call it. Intentional grounding should not be, well, there's a guy there.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he didn't try and throw it to the guy.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, if somebody runs an in when we thought you were going to run an out
Yes.
or an up,
And a guy's in your face.
and they're like, intentional grounding, it's like, whoa, I wasn't trying to do anything wrong.
True.
It's just, the rule is very silly in its nature.
I thought you would respect that.
What?
Because those refs just want to get out of there. They're not going to.
Yeah, like, again, it's a smart play, but what Kevin's saying is right, though. It's like, hey, I had a slant caught. He thought it was an out. And like, yep, you intentionally grounded that. Like, well, no, I didn't.
Intentional grounding should be you're in the grass or you're avoiding the rush and you just throw it. That's it.
Like, theoretically, spiking the ball at the end of the game, you
Not
are
that
grounding the football.
Right. And then sometimes they get to the line of scrimmage, they don't call it, right? Other times they do. It's
Tough
inconsistent.
scene for the Denver Broncos.
That's it.
Woo, boy.
Stops there, Jomo.
Yep.
Stops there, Jomo.
Jom.
Notre Dame, Indiana.
Oh, juicy.
Excited?
Very.
Feel good?
Feel good. It's a prelude to Saturday. Love the card.
No, that's disrespectful. It's not a prelude.
Oh,
it's the main event. I don't like what you did there.
Wow.
All right. Right in the data bank that goes. See you then.
The holidays come.
They beat South Carolina. They're going to 10-1. So if you're on this, if you're TCU trained, listen. Mark and Chavi have done the job, but I may be the spokesman for TCU women's basketball because I believe in these guys and I know what they can do. If they beat South Carolina, they're going to be 10-1 to win a national championship.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you've got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The early line. Only on SportsGrid.
We got the NBA Cup going on. Not that anybody really cares per se about the NBA Cup. Now, I got to be honest with you. I actually did try to look of like, okay, like what does it mean like for the NBA Cup? Like who's playing for what here? And I lost interest and I gave up after about 30 seconds. And I was like, you know what? Whatever, dude. There's NBA games.
Sports Rage tonight. Only on SportsGrid.
He also said that the Bears head coaching opening would be the most coveted job after the season.
They'll let that guy stay. I heard today that they were very worried about screwing up Caleb Williams, so that he likes this guy Brown so much that they may let him stay as the head coach. What a disaster that'll turn into.
Pharrell Coast to Coast. Only on SportsGrid.